Welcome to episode number 3. This is short at the end of the episode, and we have a very special person, my good friend, Rachel David.
Thank you.
Awesome. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Front Row Conversation. On today's episode, we have someone really, really special, someone I've known for 17 years now. Grown up through middle school, high school, college, and done life. Yeah. She is a promising actress in the Malayalam, Kannada, and Tamil industry. And hopefully, the world will get to see her even outside India one day. And I think we just have a very special relationship that's transcended time through ups and downs, through fights and tough times, but very, very special person to me, and also very inspiring person. I think that's one of the big reasons why she's on this podcast, is that she has pursued her passion and her calling. And so we're just here to discuss that today, and also our friendship and just how the years have been. So ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Rachel David. Yeah. How's that?
Great. 17 plus years. Wow, I didn't even know that.
Time flies, no?
Really quickly.
Yeah. Do you remember how we met?
How we met.
You can always not answer questions. You can say, I want to pass this question. So
No, I want to answer this.
go for it.
We met at church. One of
Go
those
for it.
VBSs. I think when I was in the 7th grade
Mm.
is when we first met at the Primrose Marthoma
Mm.
Church. One summer vacation,
Mm.
and yeah.
One summer vacation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good times. It's so funny. So today, before you came, just for the audience, I told her not to wear grey or brown, but she wore the greenest color ever.
Yeah, because I was like, if I can't wear those colors, then I just have this. This is the
Sure.
brightest outfit I have in my closet.
Sure
I look
thing.
like a highlighter, right? Like
Faber
that.
Castell highlighter.
Yeah, like a walking, talking highlighter.
Nice.
Yeah.
But that's okay. It's so funny because you said I don't have any grey. You said it's convenient because I don't have any greys or browns in my closet.
Yeah, I also read that as black. So I was like, I don't have.
That's not my fault.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh yeah, maybe I've never seen you in a grey, or but I've
Yeah,
seen
I
you in
always
grey.
wear black. So
Yeah, but the funny thing is, when I was preparing, I'm thinking about what I was going to say to you. Actually, the first time I ever met you, you were wearing brown.
What?
Yeah,
Really?
that's what I remember.
Like in 7th grade?
In 7th grade. So I was just like, no, she has brown in her closet for sure.
From 7th grade, you think I'm walking around with it?
No, of course not. But I'm just saying, you would have
it's
had it
not-
one point
yeah,
of
yeah,
time.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah,
Should add browns to my
we should.
wardrobe
I think
now.
it'll suit you. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you wore some caca brown back in the day. But then,
That's a nice way to describe it, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's a particular kind
honest.
of brown.
Yeah.
No, I know what brown you're talking about.
Okay, good to know. Yeah. Anyway, how's your day? How's your day been so far?
Good. I was really excited because this is my first ever talk show.
Correct.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was at home. I
Mm.
spent time with fam.
Mm-hmm.
And I have few other places to be. So I was looking for an outfit that would be appropriate for the other 3 events as well.
So you just highlighted all 3
Yes,
events.
Yeah. Now I'll be the center of attraction.
Of
Yeah,
course. Don't you love that?
Sometimes only.
Actually?
It can get too much, actually.
Yeah.
So
Is that
sometimes it's good. Too much of it is very bad.
the center of attention?
Yeah.
But you like attention.
Good attention, I like.
What is good attention? What is bad attention?
Good attention is when you're comfortable. Bad attention is when people
Mm.
can make you feel uncomfortable.
Mm,
So it's coming in your space.
private space, yeah.
space, yes.
That's frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah. How have the movies been off late? Like, what's the latest movie that's come out in
It's
your
called
books?
Chef Chidambara. We ran
Mm.
for 25 days, which is a big deal. So I'm really, really excited about that. And I have a couple of projects that are in the pipeline for release, hopefully this year.
Nice.
Listening to scripts, haven't signed anything post the release of this film, but I'm hoping to sign one before the year ends. At least 2. The
Yeah.
aim is 2, but we'll hope for 1.
Superb.
Yeah.
Awesome. I definitely want to get into that whole journey of how you came here.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the main reasons why I have you on my podcast. And it's because I think I'm just getting people that have really inspired me in my life, and people that have really stood out, followed their passion. I think that's one of the common themes among the people that I'm like having on board. I might need to burp 1 second.
Is this on record?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We're being
We're candid,
unfiltered. Oh,
casual,
sure,
unfiltered.
okay.
Again, so I have a question. So I know that you have a following and you have certain things that you have to keep up to. So there are certain questions you can't answer. Is that right?
Like today in the show?
Yeah.
No, ask me. We'll see if I can
So
answer it or not.
that's a yes then. There's certain things you can't
Yeah,
reveal or you can't share.
we'll see. I don't know what those
No, but
questions are.
there are things.
Yeah, okay. Now that you ask me this, yeah,
Yeah. I
there
mean,
are things. Yeah.
yeah, because it will go against contracts. It'll go against
I'm actually not bound by any
not bound by.
contracts,
So
so
it's
you
fine.
can ask me. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, so let's start from baby Rachel,
Rachel's still a baby.
the girl who's moved the most in Bangalore. She's left a mark in every corner of Bangalore
What do you mean by that?
because you moved houses.
Oh, like that. Yeah,
What
yeah,
did you
yeah.
think?
Like I'm just like a tendi, like, everywhere. Like,
No. I mean,
Vainoki is what my mom likes to say.
even for me, but you moved houses from my memory at least in double digits, 10 times and plus.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah. How was childhood like for you moving around so much?
I didn't have too much of a say when I was a child, so I just tomorrow we have to leave to a new house. I'm like, okay, ready with my bags, and
Mm,
um, I growing up, it didn't matter to me so much, but today I feel like I have a say because I'm like, Mom, this is the house we're living in, no more moving.
mm,
We have a space of our own. God has blessed us with an amazing house. And I'm like, this is
amazing.
where. And then next, if I'm going, it'll be straight to my husband's house, nowhere else,
Mm,
because I'm done shifting.
mm,
But on the flip side, if I look at it, I always felt like today it helps me in the kind of profession I am in because I'm always moving from one city to
mm,
another, moving from one hotel room to another, from one set to another. So I feel like adaptability has played a key role. I've imbibed that. So I feel
mm.
like it's uncomfortable, it's a lot of work.
Yeah,
Um, but I feel like once you're there, you make the most of it. So I
yeah,
feel like I'm not that I'm saying I want to move into a new house immediately. I'm done doing that, but I feel like if I had to apply this to life and where I am today in my profession, I feel like
sure.
it helps.
Nice. Ironically, the moving has helped you in your career
Yeah,
in some way or
in
the
some
other.
way or the
That's
other.
pretty
Yeah,
funny, isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Did you realize that early on?
No, I didn't. Like,
When did
as
you
I'm
realize it?
saying this to you, I'm like, yeah,
Yeah,
this
no?
actually makes sense
Crazy.
because it's uncomfortable. Like, I have to move to a random city. I'm so comfortable here in Bangalore.
Mm,
The weather, the people, the food, and
yeah,
suddenly you put me in absolutely in the middle of absolutely nowhere, and I'm like, no matter
you
what, I
can
have to
adapt.
just get used to it.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, but
Nice.
I like it.
How's that question interesting? No, I didn't
Yeah,
think
I
it
mean,
would
even
be.
I didn't think like I was just like,
Yeah,
yeah, I
crazy.
like the connectivity.
Nice. And growing up in a family of four, how is that like for you? Like, what were like your favorite moments, or what is special about it?
4 and now recently 5 in the last 3 years
Oh
because
yeah,
Almond is a part of our family now as
Ali.
well.
Mm,
So it's the 5 of us. I think I come from a very secure environment, too
mm,
loved,
mm.
very,
Spoiled?
very, um, to an extent, yeah. But have I always got what I wanted? No.
Mm,
But will my parents try and give me what I want? Yes.
yeah.
So very comfortable in terms of love. Like I think I
Mm,
was spoiled. Like I got too much of love.
mm.
Would never would never want to see me get hurt or feel bad. My parents always protected me like that emotionally as well.
Nice.
So growing up with a younger sister who's actually like my older sister,
Yeah,
I'm the younger one, in fact. Um,
yeah.
I feel like has bought in a sense of the motherly feeling. Like I feel like very early on, even till
Mm,
date, I am like that. So because having a younger sister, I am very possessive about her. So that's something that I adapted early on. Ria doesn't like it; she hates it.
mm,
But it just comes naturally. I'm very possessive about my parents as well.
mm-hmm.
Likewise, them with me.
Of course.
And yeah, I feel like it's beautiful for me. Family is everything. It's number one. So
Mm.
I think when you grow up with a family that makes you feel like you're loved, I feel like you give a lot more back.
That's amazing,
Yeah.
man. It's so funny that you say family is number one. I feel like I've always felt that from you also. Like, especially now that we've known each other for 17 years.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, I was thinking while I was driving, I was like, man, what do I say to like introduce you? And then one of the things I wanted to say, which I did forget, was like you felt like family before like a lot of other people.
Right.
And I don't know why, but it's just how it is. And I think it's just the way you've been brought up is the way you also extrapolate in like affection and emotion towards other people, and so it's always just felt like that. And
Yeah.
and it's also because I know your sister and I know your family also
Yeah.
now. It just felt comfortable, and I think everyone in my family also feels the same way about you for some reason, which is pretty interesting. But yeah,
It gives that motherly vibes
true,
everywhere,
true.
I think.
It's so funny that even when you sat there, sometimes like so many times I've thought, I don't know if I've ever like said this to you, but sometimes you look like my mother, which is
What?
yeah. I don't know
Okay,
if I said
but
this
your
to.
mother's a very, very, very
She's
beautiful,
beautiful. I
amazing woman.
agree.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So are you.
Not physically, but I'm just saying,
Yeah, yeah,
like I know she's hosted me a couple of times at home,
yeah,
and it does feel like a very warm person.
yeah, yeah. So like, there's so much that reminds me of her when I see, which is why I think it also it feels like family. So yeah, that was that.
Two
And
mommies.
two moms. uh, and we went to the same school,
Yeah.
the boys' version and the girls' version.
Oh my
How was Cottons
God.
for
Oh
you?
my God. If there was anything I could do to go back in time, I would say take me back to school and college.
Mm,
Bishop Cottons has a different story.
mm,
And I feel like it was the most precious time ever.
absolutely.
Like it was just being absolutely clueless but having a ball. It's a
Mm,
bunch of girls in a huge campus in the
yeah.
heart of Bangalore. What do you want?
Mm,
Like I've met some of the most amazing humans. I don't have friends that I've taken from Cottons. We're cordial. I have a lot of acquaintances. Do I
sure.
call them my best friends? I don't think so. But if I could go back in time to mend things, and because growing up, cat fights, boyfriends, tuitions, how is she your best friend? How am I not your best friend? Used to be the core problem that I feel like today when you look back, you're like, I wish I wasn't so silly enough. I wish I could
Mm,
have mended things and just carried that friendship forward.
yeah.
Loved my campus. I think my campus is something that added to um,
The
me as a
experience.
child. Yeah, as an
Yeah.
experience. Yeah, campus, my teachers. I have some of my favorite teachers in back in Cottons. Of course, I feel like growing up, the major part of who you are as a person is what you imbibe
Mm,
when you are that young, right?
yeah.
And
Those
I've been in Cottons from nursery till I was 16, till my
16. Yeah.
10th grade. And the campus, my friends, my teachers, sports played a
Yeah.
very huge
That's true.
role for me, and to who I am today. Discipline comes a lot from school
Sure.
and sports as well. I think my athletic team from Cottons is also something I hold very dearly. Do I still have my jersey? That's my jersey and my spikes, which is
Wow.
easily about 10 plus years old, and I
Yeah.
still have it, and I haven't even taken off the mud off it. Like it's
Oh,
just
that's
left
precious.
as it
Yeah. Is
as
it
is.
from school or from
It is
confused?
from school. It's all from school.
That's really precious.
My kids, my badges, my jersey. I don't have my uniform and
Yeah.
my blazer, unfortunately, because there's no place in my closet because I'm busy putting in
Highlighters.
clothes like
Yeah.
this. But anything to go back to school. My
Oh,
assemblies, I remember my motto. Like I feel like it's just so precious. When you look back, you're like the person who you are today is only because of what your teachers teach you in school, your
yeah.
friends that you had in school.
Yeah, so true, man. Just this, everything that you just said, like, was just a nostalgic throwback for
Yeah,
me. I'm just like,
yeah.
and just the weather today, like, just reminded me of like,
Yeah.
those
And that cup of
rainy
coffee
school.
also added to the
Yes,
magic. Yeah.
I did get her coffee and I
Yeah.
offered her,
He's
but
like,
she chose to leave it out of the frame. So I'm not the selfish one drinking coffee,
uh,
hosting you. But yeah,
yeah.
amazing. You want to say something?
I forgot. No.
Never
Yeah.
mind. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So like, yeah, you were known at least in school as Rachel David the athlete,
Yeah.
and then things changed after that. Did you? You didn't carry forward your athletics into college, did you?
I did. I
In
actually
PUC?
did. In Christ, I did. I was
Oh, nice.
on my first day. We had trials to get into the Christ College athletic team. I ran and I remember falling down. Had a really bad fall, and I was
Oh
immediately
no.
rushed to the hospital. This was
Mm,
day one in Christ College, and
really? Day
yeah,
one.
day one. Yeah,
Dang.
and
But you were
then
just running
to
at.
be a part of the team.
Wait, how is day one
Day
athletic
one as
selections?
no, like not day one is okay, whatever your introduction and all of that,
Uh
but
huh.
day one of official
Okay, okay, okay.
college is when because if you want to get into the sports team, you have to go for practice every day. So
Mm,
then I had to know if I would make it or not.
mm,
Took But once I got into the Christ College athletic team, I didn't continue. Like I
mm,
was only for my class I ran,
mm.
but I never really represented the college. And
Were you
then
not fast enough?
you really doubt that, Rohan?
Why don't you run for college?
I'm a fast talker now, okay, if that helps. Okay, I'm still fast at something.
Okay,
Yeah,
good to
yeah.
know.
No, but I feel like if I actually kept at it, I would have.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's still in my blood somewhere.
I'm
I
sure.
want to be fast in
Fast.
some field or the
Full
other.
problem all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah, all the time. Yeah, yeah,
Nice,
yeah.
nice. And so then that, I think, I guess, dwindled at the end of PUC, no?
Yeah, yeah. I actually wanted to pursue sports professionally. I wanted to go to the PT Usha Academy because she's closely acquainted
Oh,
with my family. Um,
mm.
but things
Wait, how?
changed through my grandfather because he was in the Indian Air Force. So
Oh,
she used to come often. She used to be like
in your house?
neighbors. Yes,
Oh,
and there are
what?
photos of like us chilling, and I'm like, this is strange.
Crazy.
But yeah, I feel like things had to change. Things changed.
Mm.
It was during my board exams when things changed.
Why?
Because
12th or 10th?
10th. 12th board no, 10th board
PUC,
exams. I was
yeah.
like, do we have board exams in
You
10th?
had boards in 12th, didn't you?
Yeah, in Christ. I feel like I don't know what I
Yeah,
did
yeah.
in Christ actually. Like the studying part.
Mm.
Um what was I saying? Yeah, 10th things changed. I was pursuing sports professionally, as in I was a part of the Indo-German club at Kantirwa. I used to train there every
Mm-mm.
day, morning, evening. It used to be so hectic, but I loved it.
Yeah.
But one study vacation just before boards, my mom was like, okay, fine, Madi padichidokku namakku porthu povam, and we went to Bangalore Central, and someone there spotted me. Yeah, this is how we take a break. We go to Bangalore Central, and my mom wanted to buy makeup. By default, she qualified because she bought makeup worth like, I don't know, some $2,500. I by default got to be a part of some beauty pageant. So the photographer saw me and he's like, why don't you
No
take
way.
like, why can I take some photos of you? And I said, yeah, sure. And he said, why don't you take part in this beauty pageant? And I said,
Wait a second. So this is how you got into like
yeah,
modeling and acting?
yeah,
No
yeah.
way.
This was when I was 16,
Dang, I didn't know this.
and I take part in, it's called Miss Bangalore Central. So I
Mm.
took part in Miss Bangalore Central.
So local it was.
Yeah, but it's
Small, humble beginnings.
yeah,
Too
yeah.
good, man.
And we were a bunch of, I think, 20 girls, and I was the youngest. So I don't even actually, technically speaking, you don't qualify to be a
Mm.
part of a pageant because I'm 16. Legally, you can only do it when you're 18. But I took part, and I was one of the runner-ups. I was the third runner-up.
Mm.
And then my mom's like, okay, no matter what this is, it shouldn't come in the way of your studies. So continue studying. So I continued. I mean, I gave my boards. I did well. I got into Christ. But all of this happened as like a hobby. So this was like
Mm.
pocket money. I would get like what, 1,500 rupees for a gig, and I would be like, okay, fine, I get to walk the ramp, I get to do a print shoot, and that was a
Mm.
lot of money for me
Sure.
back then.
Yeah, yeah.
So I could do whatever I wanted in Christ, and and then that was just by like happening on its own on the side while I was studying, and then I did my finished my 10th, and I went to Christ, and I did science because I was like, I don't know if I want to do arts or commerce, but
Mm.
everyone's like, if you do science, you can branch out to any
More
field.
options, yeah.
So I was like, okay, then that sounds like an option because I don't know what else I want to do. So I
Fair.
did science, and I was so glad I did science because I met my best friends there. My
Mm.
girls are from Christ, and then I did like science, and I was like, this is the worst decision ever.
Yeah.
I'm so bad at math. I'm still so bad at math. Like I cannot count. Okay,
Yeah. I know.
cannot
We
do
had this conversation. Remember the last year's conversation?
What was the conversation?
It was
Okay,
about your
don't say. It's very
age.
embarrassing.
It was about your age. And with
Rohann,
your mom
that
and I, we were fighting for
okay,
like.
that's my mom and you. That's
Yeah,
not
it
me.
runs in the
Okay,
blood, I think.
yeah, okay, that's true.
Sorry,
Okay,
auntie. Sorry, continue.
So yeah, and then I was like, I'm so bad at science. So this is not what I want to do.
Yeah.
And then switched. And right after I finished Christ, I
Mm.
went to Bombay. And
Oh, interesting. Okay, one sec. Pause. I want to stop there. I want to just ask you. There was this PT Usha inspiration because you wanted to pursue it. So, like, growing up, what was your ambition? Was it different from what you're doing now?
very different. Never did I think that I would end up being an actor. My parents would say as a child, I would love Kareena Kapoor and would dress up like her and always dance to all of Kareena Kapoor's songs. Okay,
Mm.
so but I never thought I wanted to become an actor. So when my cousins, when everyone comes, like Andrea said,
Yeah,
Vivian
yeah.
come home, everyone picks a character to like we do a skit for the family, and
No.
I'm like, I'm Kareena Kapoor, okay? And then we would do that. But I never thought of it, and I never even knew acting was some sort of.
Wow. It was thunder. It's
I think
finest.
it's my cue.
I know. That's a very Kareena thing, actually, dude. Sorry. Anyway.
And my whoa, okay. It always changed. Whatever I wanted to do, at first it started like I was like, I want to be a housewife, I want to be a teacher, I want to be a pilot, I want to be an air hostess. So it kept changing,
Mm.
but I was never like, okay, I never like I woke up one day and I was like, this is what I want to do. It always kept changing.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, fine, I'll get into sports, I'll do sports. And that didn't happen. But I'm so glad I had that for however long that existed. From when I was a kid, from when I was in nursery
Mm.
till about when I was 18, I pursued it.
So you wanted to become an athlete as a
I
for
thought
career.
I wanted to become an athlete because I did everything that I could to actually get into school,
Yeah.
to PT Usha's academy, but things changed, and I was
Mm.
like, okay, maybe this is not where I belong. Like running in school and running to represent your country is two very different
Wait, so
things.
you wanted to represent the country in
No, I'm saying
running?
if I wanted to do that, and if I compared myself to, okay, I'm the fastest in
Yeah.
school, or I'm fast in my team, or in my Foley house, it's
Yeah.
not going to help,
Cute.
right?
Yeah.
So, and it's also really like it's a lot of discipline, it's a lot of
Yeah.
hard work, it's a
Yeah.
lot of like not like any other profession isn't, but I'm
Isn't,
just
yeah,
still
for sure.
saying it's a lot of work. And I was like, maybe this isn't my calling, because then by then this happened. So I was like, maybe this is my calling. So then I went and I started
So you
pursuing.
weren't like ultra serious where nothing else was an option. You were just going to pursue this, and then
No, because I was like,
you were open-minded about
yeah, because
anything,
sports is still happening as an extracurricular activity.
right?
It's not Rachel's primary focus. Like I'm
Yeah.
still doing my math and science and English and all of that. So sports never this was just like, she
On the
can run.
side.
Let's just make her
Okay.
run.
Okay.
Like that's
Cool.
all.
Cool.
Like,
Cool.
but
And then you stopped pursuing it because of this opportunity popped up,
yeah,
or you
yeah,
weren't fast enough.
both,
Okay.
both. I mean, I still have to qualify like
For
district,
sure.
state,
Yeah. Yeah.
nationals, and I feel like, but when this came, I was like, okay, this is exciting. Let me do this as well. So I was like,
Mm,
went here and I was like, okay, I actually enjoy doing this.
yeah.
I'm meeting a lot of people. I'm getting paid. So I'm also really young. So I'm like, okay,
Might as
this is
well.
exciting. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
So
did you ever represent a state or country?
in athletics,
Mm,
no,
no. Okay.
no. So I was like, okay, fine. We'll see where this goes.
Nice.
I've
Cool.
participated in the district level
Sure.
athletic meet and all of that.
Yeah.
We've
Yeah.
gone to Sai, done all of that.
Yeah.
But by then this happened. So I was like, okay, so maybe this is my calling. Started doing this. And then I enjoyed doing a lot of these gigs as well. After Christ got over, I had a short break. No, actually not. Right after Christ, I went to St. Joseph's, did my
Mm.
bachelor's in business
In between,
management.
you went to Bombay, or
No, it's after
after
Joseph's.
Joseph's? Okay.
Yeah. I was like, did I finish studying
Yeah.
already? No, no. I
No.
was like, wait, I did something
One
else
more
after. One more thing,
institution.
one more institution,
Yeah.
St. Joseph's. And that's
Yeah.
where I met my other bunch of best friends. I'm
Yeah.
so glad I did all of this, not because of my education part, because
Sure.
I met the best of people.
Community. Yeah.
Community, my best friends are from Joseph's and from Christ.
Mm.
So, degree aside, after I finished St. Joseph's, I was like, I don't like this either. So I know I can't do a 9 to 5 job, because when I had to do my internship, I was like, I cannot do this. Like, this is not
Where do
me.
you do internship?
My aunt's factory.
I love it.
It comes with a
In the
little bit of
most.
influence, but I still had to do some hard work.
So
Rohan.
cute. Awesome.
Okay. And then did that. And then I was like, okay, now what? I was like, I
Mm.
don't like science. I don't like my math. What do we do now? So I was like, okay, let's go to Bombay. Then I went to Bombay, went to Anupam Kher's acting institute, did an acting course there, came back. Because Bombay was at that time for me too fast. I couldn't keep up.
How
to
do you
the
even know
pace.
about it as for that
Because
fast?
I'm going for auditions every day. Like I'm finishing my
In
class.
Bangalore?
No, in Bombay. I'm finishing
Oh,
class.
okay.
I'm going for auditions. Like you can tell, like when you walk into a room, you can read the energy. And I'm like, oh, this is scary. Like I felt really intimidated, because these are
Mm.
actors who've put in years of effort. And I'm just a newbie, just fresh out of acting school.
Mm.
I'm like, now what? What do we do? Like,
Yeah.
and then I went back to Bangalore, and then my mom saw this casting call, and she's like, why didn't you try for this movie? And I said, no, mama, just look at how big this movie is.
Mm.
Look who the actor is. Look at the production house. It's too big a movie, and I'm pretty sure I won't make it. And she's like, no,
Mm.
just send your photos. And I sent it, got called, got auditioned, got a screen test done. And 3 months down the line, I was the leading lady of that film. And I was like,
Crazy. Is it
no
that
way.
movie that's name I can't pronounce?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just
Now
go.
that sounds like a Chinese movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
But
did that, and that's how the journey began.
started.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back. Anupam, why did you choose Anupam Kher's institution? Like, what made you select that?
I did a little bit of research.
Okay.
And I was like, Anupam Kher.
That's it.
That's it.
short
I
and
didn't.
sweet.
I mean, I was like, yeah, this is where everyone goes, and I think at the time it was a very popular school as well. So I was like, I want to go here, and I was like, Deepika Padukone went there.
Oh, did she?
I should, yeah. So I was like, I should also
okay.
go.
How long was it? Or how long is it?
What, the course?
The course.
So there's a diploma program that you can do for a year.
You did that?
No, I did one that was for 3 months. I did a quick crash course,
Mm.
and yeah, that's how.
Was it helpful?
Okay. So here's what I've realized about going to any of these acting workshops is that it really helps you build confidence, break all inhibitions, um, know a lot more about yourself. Very less to do with acting, but more about
Building
like
confidence and
building
character.
confidence, group activities. How do you deal with another actor? How do you act opposite another actor? How do you do your lines? How do you breathe? It's something as simple as how to breathe is what is taught, and I think that's what acting is
You
about. It's
remember
all
how to
breath
breathe?
work. I realized that I was doing it the wrong way for
Do you
the
want to
longest time.
teach me and us the right way to breathe?
How do you breathe? When you breathe out, does your stomach go out or does it go in?
When I breathe out,
Mhm.
it goes in.
Okay, so it's supposed to go out because you're supposed to fill your stomach with air. When you breathe. Wait, what? Rohan, I'm confused. What?
Yeah, no. The thing is, I've also done breathing exercises in film and in
Okay, you
music.
confused me.
I'm sorry. But when you breathe in, your stomach goes out.
Yeah, it goes
And
out.
when
Yeah.
you breathe out, your stomach
Stomach
goes
goes
in. It's like a balloon.
Yeah, you have to take in all that air. Yeah,
Correct. Yeah.
yeah.
Thanks.
So basically,
Quick crash course,
yeah,
Anupam
yeah.
Kher.
I
Thank
think
you.
I've also confused myself and everyone
No,
else.
no, no.
But
It's okay. It happens to the best of us. That's fine.
yeah,
Nice, dude. And so that first movie happened.
yeah.
How was that experience like because you were just doing like what beauty pageants, modeling, and photo
Yeah.
shoots. Like, how is the scale of that like set and I don't know how did you
I was 21 when I
Crazy.
joined.
really?
Yeah,
That's
I was
wild.
21, yeah.
Wait, so I remember we had one small farewell for you in your HRBR layout house.
Yeah.
Was that before Anupam Kher?
That was when I was leaving to go to Hyderabad. So I wanted to move cities.
Oh,
So I was writing notes and all, like to everyone saying goodbye. And
where's
all.
my note? Oh shucks, where's my note?
It's what. I think you came late. Yeah.
Okay.
So I wrote notes to everyone, and I was like, I was being so dramatic, and this is why I think I'm in this profession also. Like,
That's
I was
true.
like, because in 2 months I came back also from Hyderabad. So I was like,
Classic you.
yeah. So I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, I was 21 when I was on the set. Overwhelming, lost, excited, because you're like, wow, this is what you see on TV, and they're actually
Yeah.
right in front of you. What do you do?
But it looks so different from what the end product looks like, right?
As in, like the movie.
Like when you go and you're on set and you're like looking at the actors and the number of crew and cameramen and lighting boys and whatnot. Like it's so different from what we see on a TV or in a theater for a
Yeah.
movie, right? Like
Yeah, because what you're seeing is the end product, and no one.
Yeah.
We're only consuming what is finally
That's true.
made and given. But I realized.
but you were aware of
No,
like
I wasn't.
ah.
So that's the thing. I've never been to a set before. I don't like. For me, I was like, okay, you have it easy. You have 10 people looking after you. So I'm like thinking I'm walking into a set knowing that this is how my life is, and I'm like new, so no one's gonna give me all of that. Like you need to earn it, right? So I'm like, I've made it. I've got this big project. So, but no,
Nice.
I felt like my bubble was bursted right on day
Yeah?
one. Yeah,
Were you overwhelmed?
I was very overwhelmed. Like
Did you
I
cry?
got so much. Did I cry? Oh, I cried. Yeah.
That's a good
That's
answer.
because I got shouted at, and that's why I cried. Yeah.
On the first day.
Not on the first day, but eventually on set I did because of
Why
too
didn't someone
many
shout at you?
because of too many retakes. I wasn't giving what
Oh,
was
really?
expected. Yeah.
Dang,
And
that's
it's like,
scary.
you know, and that's the happiest scene. Like I'm supposed to be the happiest, and my eyes are all red, and I'm teary.
Dang.
But I had an amazing co-actor, so he's like, "It's fine, Rachel. Just
Ah,
take your time." And I was like, "So sometimes, you know,
sweet,
it can
dude.
get overwhelming."
I
but
can
was like-
imagine. Yeah.
But I feel like it makes you who you are today. Like you get really thick skin. Like so. Yeah,
That
it
you
was
are.
very nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
that I think I am.
Yeah.
I'll still cry, but I think under that thick skin.
Yeah,
does
yeah. We all
sometimes-
know. Figure that out yet. I'm sure you've done like a lot of interviews after that, right? After doing
Yeah.
movies. So this is not like new to you in any way.
I'm not promoting anything here, so it feels more like a one-on-one conversation.
Does it feel a lot less formal?
It is because I know you, but
Yeah.
if I were to promote a movie, I'm still going to be myself, but I still know that there's agenda behind that promotion. Here, there is no agenda.
Yeah, there's no agenda. Honestly, like I don't want you to feel like you are here because of the reach. It's just conversations because
Yeah.
I'm selfish. I want to just document these memories that we have
Yeah.
when we're
Please
this
be
age
selfish.
only
I am
ones.
also very selfish. Like
We
that.
know that. We know that. Yeah.
You know
so
that?
I know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I
Now
just
the
want
world
to
knows that, Rohann.
now the world
Dare
knows
you.
it. Yeah. Just want to document these memories maybe once every 5 or 10 years, and then like
Go
just sit down and like go back to it. Because I realized that off late, like there are so many stories that I'm forgetting. Like I sat down with someone, like I sat down with Mekla in the last episode 2 that we shot, and he told me stories about us in middle school that I have zero memory of. But I'm just so glad that he brought it up, and it's now documented, and it's now like it's on some
Yeah.
platform. Even if it doesn't go public, even if it's just for me, like that entire episode, like I'll remember that moment the most. Even though we spoke so much about like his career and how successful he became and whatnot, just that like rehatching memories, excuse me, from just our childhood and past and whatnot is just
Yeah.
so special
And I
to me.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think so many times I thought like I'll start forgetting things only when I'm crossing my 60s, 70s, but like I've already realized that we're forgetting things.
Yeah.
And it's so nice to just sit down and just like reminisce. I'm a sucker for reminiscing. I don't know if you know that, but
That you
yeah,
are.
that I am. Yeah. So then that movie happened, and did that launch you into another level? Or, like, did you feel like you were now going somewhere with this, or did
The
you
night
feel?
before the release, I felt that. I was
Yeah.
like, wow, life is going to change. I'm
Yeah.
going to be the next big thing. Change the phone number. Um, get a fancy number. I was flooded with friend requests and attention on Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. Like you name it, and I was like,
Wait, the
wow.
night before the first movie release.
Released. I was like,
Do you remember how many followers and friends you had before?
600. Oh no. Like I got 600 requests one evening, just
Oh my
alone.
God. That was
Before
like the first.
yeah, but before that, like on my page, I started getting a lot of followers. Like on my on my Facebook page, but on my personal account, you can't really unless I accept it, right? So it was just watching the friend request come in was just overwhelming. Forget about accepting. There's no way I can accept 600 friend requests. I don't even know who they are, and I'm like, do you all even know who I am? Like where is all this attention coming from all of a sudden? And but the morning after the release, we knew that the film didn't work.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you know that? How does one know that a film doesn't
we
work?
could just tell. Like right after we walked out of the theater, nobody spoke a word.
Oh, shucks.
We didn't even like exchange a hug. Like everyone just went their way.
Own ways. Dang.
We went to have coffee right after the first screening, and no one spoke on that table. And that's when I was like, and this is naive, Rachel. Like I'm like, okay, what is happening? Like why is no one talking? Like I still don't know how to judge, right? Like I'm like, okay, fine. Maybe it's first day. Maybe the responses will slowly come in.
Pick up, yeah.
Yeah, and then I was like, no, I don't think this is going to happen. And then my world came crashing down.
What do you mean?
I was like, no. And I was like, everything that everyone told me about that, your next film is with this guy, people are coming and narrating stories to me. None of that happened after they realized that the film didn't work. So they're like, then the actor won't work.
Yeah.
So I was like,
That's
damn.
crazy.
And then it took me 2 years post that to get my next film.
No way.
And that's when I realized. And I learned my lesson about success and failure very, very early on.
Soon,
so
yeah.
today, if my film does well also, I'm indifferent. If it fails also, success also, I'm just the same. Like I have learned that you cannot get attached to, you can get attached to your work, but you cannot get attached to the outcome of it because it can really ruin you. Because that 2 years messed with me so much.
Yeah. Crazy.
So,
What do you do in those 2 years? And how, you were like 22, 23?
Yeah, I was 22, 23. So see, there's very little you can do, right? Like, because they're like, oh, this is the girl from that film. The film didn't work. So it's like almost like you come with baggage also now. So launch is great, but the film didn't do well. So then what do you do now? And then my savior came into the picture. And someone who watched that film, another actor who watched the film, Suresh sir, he recommended that I be a part of the next film that he was a part of. And then slowly...
Which one is that?
It's called Kaval.
Ah.
Yeah, and then I got to be a part of that. Then the editor who worked on that casted me for his next film, and that's how work started coming in. So I was like, things are getting slow. It's not hard. So it's easy to get into the industry.
Is it? I was just going to ask you, like, is the hard part getting in?
So from Rachel's experience, I'll say it's easier to get in than to sustain in the industry because
sure.
Everything matters on how well the film does. So it doesn't matter how good an actor you are, how beautiful are. It doesn't matter because as long as you're a part of a successful film, you will get work. But if you're not, then you're just not going to get work. And it's a lot of hard work. Like
Yeah.
there is a lot of knocking doors, there's a lot of reaching out, there's a lot of auditions to give, there's a lot of being out there just so that you're in the eyes of the public or people that really want to cast you for their next, because they need to know, because they are coming across a lot of actors on a daily basis. So how do you stand out is what is important. And also because I'm in Bangalore, not in Kerala, it made it harder for me.
Yeah,
so I was
sure.
like, okay, fine, so where do I set base now? Yeah,
Got it.
and so I would shuttle between Bangalore and Kerala like I'm doing now also. And yeah, it's I feel like it's a cycle. Like you will have to go through various cycles of recognition, no recognition, success, failure.
Yeah.
And then you'll find your own path. And I feel like it's really like, I don't know how to say this, because to each their own. And
Sure.
for me, if I think it's easy to get into the industry because I auditioned and got my first film, a lot of people might be giving like 100 auditions a day but still not making it. So it's really about, a lot of people say it's luck. I don't know if it's luck. A lot of people say it's right time, right place, right person. I don't
Correct.
even know what that is. Like, I feel like you have to keep all of that aside. Just do your work sincerely when you walk into any room. And if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. Like, I'm not going to be a people pleaser, because I'm like, if you think I'm good enough, just cast me. So
Nice. Amazing, man. I think one thing that I wanted to say is that I think I actually learned this maybe the hard way of from you, is to not get attached to your work. Because I remember early on, just we were hanging out one day and I was just like, oh, so when's your next film? You're like, I can't tell you. I don't know if it's going to happen.
yeah.
And I'm like, dude, what's wrong with you? Like,
Yeah.
why are you so weird about this? And then like, you didn't really say it in these exact same words that you did today, where you said don't get attached to the outcome or don't get
Yeah.
attached to like your work. But that's something that I really struggle with, is getting emotional with the things that I'm doing. And after some time, it's no longer in your control.
Yeah.
You can only control what you can, but after a while, you have to just like let go
Yeah.
and move forward and try and do things better, that way. So I
Yeah.
think you were one of the first people who were like, I don't know, I'm not going to get, you were like unfazed with emotion
Yeah.
about your next movie.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I judged you in that moment. I'm just like, what's wrong with this girl? I don't know if she's even passionate about it. I questioned it and I want to apologize for it. But also like, now after like also being in the creative world, like you realize that there's only so much you can control. You can't control everything, and you need to like let go and like,
as long as you believe that you are good at what you do, and if you do it sincerely, then work will come to you. Like, it took me so many years, Rohann, to get to this point where I can say that I, in fact, just 2 days ago gave I gave an audition. Didn't hear back from them, so I followed up and I asked what happened, and they said, no, we've casted someone else. And it's a big movie, it's a big team that I auditioned for. And I was like, okay, it's fine. Like, I can deal with that. But if this was Rachel a couple of years ago, I would be crying, I would be beating myself to it, I would be like, I'm not good enough, I would get family involved, I would get so emotional that my parents would start worrying. But today, I'm okay. Like, I'm like, okay, good for that. Whoever that actor may be, good. Maybe that's not the project that I should have done. Maybe I didn't do a great job, or maybe something was like, so now it's like more of like introspection. Like, what did I do wrong? Like, ask them, what could I have done better? A lot of people don't give you feedback.
That's what I was going to ask. Yeah. Like, normally people, when they don't get interviews, they can't really ask the director or the casting agent, like, what do I do wrong? How can I improve? Like, I'm sure everybody's asking them, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm like, so that's the thing. So I always say, like, preparation is so important. You prepare and you go give it your best. Then the outcome is not in your control. What is in your control is how best can we deliver whatever we have to do today. Like, how do I make a mark in a room I walk into? In any field, for that matter. Like, sometimes people don't even cast you for your acting. They're like, wow, this girl is so confident. Wow, this girl is so weird. Like, it's sometimes the wackiest things that people look at when you walk into a room. They're like, oh, you have a mole here. Okay, we like it. Okay, fine. Oh, wow, you can dance. Okay, fine. Like, we can work on your acting. We can get someone to do that. Oh, you can't speak the language. It's fine. We'll get you a diction coach. But we like the way you look, because you look like the character we have in mind. So sometimes it's not one thing. Like, it's a lot of things. So I'm like, okay, so then it feels like the only way you can stand out is just be you. Unapologetically yourself. And be very honest. Like, I will tell someone. Like, if I don't know how to like dance, if I don't know Bharatanatyam, I'll say, listen, I don't know, but give me that time and I will learn it. So I'm very open. So they're like, okay, fine. Okay, she's open, but we don't have that budget, or we don't have the time, so we're not casting her.
Correct.
Some people like, wow, okay, she's honest, we have the budget, we have the time, so why not train her? So I'm like, okay. So, and also it feels like when you deal with like a lot of people and in different industries, I feel like over a period of time, it's less about putting up a show. It's more about how honest and real can you be, because
It's so interesting.
I'm like, it's so much of work to already do that,
Yeah,
and on top
yeah.
of that, if you were to do all of this, it's just really hard. So I'm like,
That's hectic,
yeah.
dude.
So I'm like, I'm still like giving auditions. I still do whatever I can do best, and sometimes you do beat yourself up to it because you're like, I'm doing all of this, but why is work not coming? So I feel like if you're consistent and patient and do whatever you want to do, and I feel like this is like a personal advice, okay, is find 3 or 4 other things that also interest you.
So good.
Don't put your heart, like, if this is your whatever, this is your primary focus and goal,
Yeah.
do it. But on days where you're not doing what you have to do, like, have diversions, because it honestly brings sense of peace
Oh my
and
God.
calm, because otherwise you're going to think you're not good enough, you
Yeah.
think you're not earning enough, you
Yeah.
think you're a burden, you just beat yourself up. And these 3 other things that you're going to pick should be things that you absolutely love.
Absolutely.
Rachel loves coffee. Rachel will put out coffee content. If it's not that, Rachel loves traveling, so she will go like, she will do things. Like, Rachel likes to run a business, so she will do a business. And I'm doing all of this also like simultaneously, because I'm like, I cannot like just solely depend on this. I'm doing this, but I feel like, but if you found your purpose, you found your goal, then great. But if you haven't, please do find other sources
Absolutely.
as well.
I am such a big advocate for it. I think
Yeah.
people make fun of me and they think I'm so unsettled because I do so many different things, and sometimes even I feel that way, but it's the only thing that keeps me going.
Yeah.
Like being able to do film, being able to do music, being able to go to different places, and I don't know, just keep different things. I mean, not necessarily a career choice,
Yeah.
but just keep yourself like preoccupied.
And don't you think in many ways what you're saying is also very interrelated?
Yeah.
Music is related to
For sure.
cinematography, it is related to traveling, because that's how you get your stories. You're
Sure.
traveling, you're meeting people, you're listening
Yeah.
to stories. And I feel like whatever you do, if
Yeah.
you do it sincerely and consistently,
So true, so
you
true.
will just
Yeah.
succeed.
Yeah.
And even if you're not seeking validation, even if you're not succeeding, you at least know that there is some sort of routine in like life. In fact, I was just talking to a casting director when I was in Chennai, and she said, Rachel, just focus on practice every day. She's like, what are you doing to hone your craft every day? I said, so I do yoga. She's like, okay, good. But what about your exercises? What about your eye exercises? What about your breathing exercises? What about all of this? And I was like, that's true. Like, she's like, tomorrow anybody can call you, and how ready are you? And I was like, okay, so preparation is important. So when we're not sitting at home idle saying, oh, I don't have this, I'm not getting work. Keep doing
Absolutely.
that. You keep practicing. That's why sports plays a very important role, is because sportsmen practice every day on
Discipline,
field.
yeah.
Yeah. And when the match comes, they're at it. But
Yeah.
when they're not, they're still doing
So true.
sessions on the field. And I was like, that's what you have to do as well, in whatever
Absolutely.
profession
Yeah,
that
yeah.
may be. So I feel like also the other thing is people don't understand is a creative field is so different from a corporate field, because here there is no sense of security, there is no timing, whereas here you come with security, you come with timing. So when you see other people having everything in place, you almost feel like you're not in place. But I feel like you can never compare the two, and you should never actually, because then you feel like you're not doing anything at all. So find the right people. I feel like networking is so important.
So true. So
I feel like we're in the world of collaborations, where I feel like collaborations are so important.
That's
because I
true.
feel like you get visibility so much, and then somebody will reach out. Someone somewhere will see you and be like, okay, I find this person interesting, let's just do something with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like different things work for different people. Like, this is like my observation, and this is what I'm trying to do. Like, have I mastered it? No, but
Sure. Always a work in progress.
yeah, it's always work in progress. Yeah.
Nice. Hold that thought. I have 3 questions to ask you. One is about network collaboration. One is about skills you've picked up along the way. And industry. Okay?
Yeah.
I just think someone's knocking at the door.
Oh, really?
I'll think so. Let me just check. You said picked up like other things to not to distract you, but to keep you going. And I know personally also that you've shared with me over the years, you did a lot of things on the side. Just like going for classes, going for courses. Can you list out the different things that you tried out? Because that's something I also really found very interesting about you, is that when you weren't doing film, you were trying the most random things. It didn't make any sense to me. Like you tried horse riding.
Yeah.
What the heck is wrong with you? That's
I
what I
fell
thought.
off the horse also.
I know. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, dude, this girl is just dumb.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But now looking back, I'm like, man, this makes more sense now. So can you just probably
Now
share
you remind me of horse riding. I'm like, shit, damn, I did that.
Yeah, and I judged you. But like, do you know like the different things or not? I'm sure you know, but can you list out the few things or as many
like
things?
Weird things or like
No, I mean even normal things
normal
like
things, okay.
normalish things.
Normal
Horse
things,
riding is
okay.
normal, I guess.
Normal,
Yeah.
You thought it was weird. What are you saying?
I mean, we all grow up, right? But yeah. Horse riding. Let's
Horse
start with
riding
that.
is number one.
Yeah.
I've taken soap and candle making classes.
Shut up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, and you also said you started your own business. You did plants for a bit, no?
I did plants for a bit. Yeah, I started a nursery for a bit.
Nice. Is that still on?
No, that's not on.
Okay.
But oh my God, I loved it. I wouldn't know day from night because I would just be obsessed with plants. Like plants. I started a business also out of it.
But that's done now.
Yeah, that's done. It was now we've
short-lived.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Go back to your list. Soap, horses, nursery,
pottery.
Pottery.
I
remember
was
this.
one. Yeah, I'm taking piano classes now.
Wow. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, you know, the piano classes.
Is this the person I put you in touch with?
Yes.
Okay, cool. It's been a year?
No, not really. We touch a year in. Oh yeah, we touch a year in September. Yeah.
I remember.
I only know Old MacDonald's. Yeah.
First of all,
it's
it's
also
Old Mac.
because Old Mac.
Old MacDonald.
What did I say?
Old MacDonald's.
Oh sure.
Never mind. Whatever.
Sorry. That and then I've done coffee barista courses.
Really?
Yeah.
Like making?
Yeah, making.
Nice. Then
Learning that.
Bharatnatyam. You did a lot of dance.
I did learn Kathak for a bit.
Kathak. Bharatnatyam you didn't do.
No, I didn't do much. I couldn't sit down.
Sorry.
Like it's just too much. Aramandi is what it's called. Like just couldn't. I just couldn't. It's. I used to do. I mean, not really a class, but aerial yoga is something I love. So I used to do that.
Yeah.
It took a lot of classes for that. I'm thinking of the strangest things that I've done. You know.
You did a bunch of different
I've
fitness
done-
things.
Yeah, like some calligraphy class I've gone for. Yeah, like yeah, calligraphy class. A gua sha class.
What is that?
Like you take the gua sha and you like tone the face.
Gua sha.
It's called a gua sha. It's like
Never
it's a
heard about
stone
this.
that you use on the face. Anyway,
Okay.
I've taken a gua sha class. I've done a bunch of actually very, very random things. Just a week back, I did an online course with Varun Agarwal. That's a course I did.
Business?
Business.
Okay.
Did that. Cooking classes. I love Thai cooking classes. Very specifically Thai cooking classes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I remember coming to your house and I know you cooked something once. I can't
It was
remember what.
definitely not Thai, I think.
It was definitely terrible.
I must have said Thai, but it must have been
Yeah.
something else.
Yeah.
Wow, I've actually done a lot of these random classes.
Are there things that you can't say on the mic?
No.
Okay.
Normal things only. Don't judge me so much also.
No.
Journaling class. I've gone to a journaling class.
Do you journal still?
I still journal. I feel
Nice.
like that's what
Constant.
keeps me sane. Because
It's a tough world out there, yeah.
it feels like unloading when you do that. So it feels
Nice.
Good,
Good stuff, man.
yeah, so those are some of the things. If I think about wacky things, you just add it in the caption, okay?
Yeah, for sure.
Because I just can't think of
Just
it.
put in the comments. You
Just
only
put in the
comment on
comments.
this.
I'll only comment, yeah.
Nice, dude. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question that I wanted to ask you was, like initially you said, like your co-actor put you onto the next film and then your editor put you on the next film. So like after you do a few films, do you still need to audition and stuff like that?
Even till date, I audition.
Yeah? Is that for everybody? Is it irrespective of how famous and how
it actually
established?
depends.
Okay.
It depends on if a director wants to actually see how you can perform. If it's a role that seems challenging and it's just to be on the safer side, to be honest.
Of
Like they
course.
can't risk it, and you can't get offended if someone wants to audition because you can't think, oh, I think of myself
Entitled,
to be
yeah.
a great actor, so how can they audition me? I also feel like it's actually the best way to be good at what you are doing is to audition. So yeah, I auditioned recently for someone who plays a tomboy, and then I realized that I am anything but one.
But you used to be. Or did you?
Shut up! What are you saying?
No?
Which Rachel are you hanging out with? I'm very feminine. Okay?
Oh. At least growing up, I guess the athletic side of you brought
Yeah, I
out
guess.
the less feminine side. No, but actually, no, I apologize. You were a lot always more
I
feminine.
guess, but I was like, but I mean, so it's like saying what is tomboy to you? Like how, like,
True,
is
true,
it
true.
physique? Is it clothing? Is
Sure,
it the way
sure.
you speak? Like, I'm like, then I realized that I've actually never nailed it. Like, I don't know what it is. So I was like, okay, it's good. Somebody, when I would audition, asked me to audition as a fisherwoman. I was like, see, it's good to audition. So
Nice.
don't think of you to be the best and of yourself
Nice.
to be the best, and just audition. Yeah, it's hard, but I wish I could do it otherwise. But
No, I think it's good. I think it's necessary. Yeah.
It's fine. It's also
I think in every decision you need to make, whether you're, I guess if you're sitting on the other side of the casting chair, you'll always want to audition someone because you're putting so much money, time, and effort into such a big project.
Yeah.
Better to be safe than sorry.
Sometimes you also need to know yourself if you can actually pull off something like that. Like you can't be overconfident. Also.
True.
Yeah, it's fine. It's good. It's good to audition.
Nice, man. And the third question I want to ask you before this thing was industry, no? I said, yeah. So you've eventually branched out into the Kannada and Tamil.
Kannada, yeah. After Malayalam, I did Kannada, yeah.
Tamil happened?
Tamil, I've just done one project. It is not out yet. So I don't really consider myself as an industry that I've touched. But yeah.
Okay.
Kannada, yeah. A lot more than Malayalam, in fact, because once COVID hit, I was back in Bangalore. And because my first Kannada film did so well that I started eventually getting a lot of offers here, that work started happening in Bangalore. So yeah, Kannada was, in fact, I feel like a lot more welcoming for me.
Interesting. Is it because you were born brought up in Bangalore?
Not really. I feel like it had to do with the movie and my character. A lot more with my character, because they're like, wow.
Is it Love Mocktail?
It's Love Mocktail.
Okay.
And like even till date, people call me Sihi and not by my name, which makes me feel amazing, because I feel like it's in the heart. Like they really have accepted that character. So yeah, and I want to eventually venture out into Telugu and Tamil, like more than that, just apart from the project that I've already done. And then we'll see. Like I feel like also because you feel like you're time bound, you're going to like start doing a lot of things, but work will happen. Work will come.
And do you see yourself doing this for the rest of your life? Or do you want to do it for like a season and then we'll see, or like...
So I feel like...
Or have you had enough already?
No, I feel like I haven't even touched the surface, Rohann. Not at all. Not at all. If I've had enough, no, then I think I'm giving up too easily. I want to do more. I definitely want to do more. And there are other things that I want to do on the side as well, because those are like something that I'm equally passionate about. So, yeah, it's a tough industry to crack, and you just have to keep going.
We'll define crack. What do you mean by crack? Because in my eyes, you've cracked it.
Okay. So I'll tell you from my POV is that how many projects do you get in a year that is keeping you busy, and thereby you're on a set? It doesn't matter how many movies I've done already. Like, what am I currently doing? Because
it's the consistency, you're saying.
Consistency. So, in a world where every other person is an actor, how are you getting work? Either they want an A-lister, people who are already established. So, which means that if you haven't gotten there yet, they're only going to consider people that have already been successful, number one. Number two is, how are you standing out from the other actors? And do you fit the role? Do you fit the character? So I feel like it's still a lot of work. And what is important is you may get roles. You may get a lot of roles. But is it exciting? Is it challenging? Do you have scope for performance? Are they paying you well? All of these questions. So by the time you filter all of this, you'll be like, oh, then I don't have any project in hand. Oh, but I only have one project in hand. So it's just keeping at it. Like, you just have to find your people. You just need to know where you're going and just work towards that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said projects.
Yeah.
A movie is a project.
Yeah.
What are the other types of work projects you take up?
An ad.
Ads.
I haven't done any. I think I've done a couple of like these paid collaborations on Instagram. I think 1 or 2 of them, but I haven't. That's, you could call that a project.
Sure. It is in today's world for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And I feel like that's a completely different world altogether.
Oh, yeah. Have you got into that world?
No.
Of content creation?
But I feel like that is going to be the next big thing. Like,
is that what you want to do?
I don't think I'm comfortable yet putting myself out there to the world
What do you mean?
personally. Like, who is Rachel as a person? I don't think too many people know. Rachel the actor, maybe what my characters are on screen, you'll see. But like, it depends also on what niche I want to venture
Interesting.
into. Like, if it's something that okay, I'm going to this coffee shop and having this coffee, and thereby I become a cafe content creator, then I think that's fine. But if
Coffee connoisseur.
yeah, and if it's a day in my life, what I'm doing, then that's like too much in my personal space. I may or may not get there, but today I'm not.
Mm,
But I could consider that as one more project. You can consider that as another project as well. These are projects.
So movies, ads, and
Collabs on Instagram.
collabs.
Then I don't know if you can count music videos. You can count, but I think all of that.
Have you done that? Like for like musicians and artists?
Yeah, I'm saying that can also be
Have you
considered
done
as a
though?
project. I've done one, but that was
Interesting.
for Vineet. I did one for with Vineet.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
But I haven't done like anything apart from that. But I still feel like they all come under the same bracket. Okay, so
Okay,
that's
cool.
that.
Makes sense.
Yeah, these are projects for an actor, according to me. Then
Mm.
you can be the face, you can be brand ambassador. All of that is like a completely different thing altogether. Yeah.
Nice. Is Bollywood an option, or is it a thing that you're looking forward to?
Not as yet.
Okay.
Not as yet. But if I do, I want to do like OTT shows. Like I want to be
That was also my next question.
I
Yeah.
want to be part of shows than movies. I haven't thought about Bollywood as yet because I feel like I still have a lot to do here. And then eventually, if work takes me there, then sure.
Nice. Good
Yeah.
stuff. And so I'm sure there in the South Indian film industries, there's OTT stuff happening, right?
Yeah, they have a lot of OTT shows.
Like, why haven't you got into that yet? Is it because you haven't put yourself out there yet, or you haven't got an opportunity yet, or like what's the scene there?
It's so funny because I was in Kerala and someone said there's a show that's coming out by Hotstar. So do you want to audition? I said, yeah, please send my profile. We'll see where this goes. Not that I haven't tried. I have tried. And I think I want to seriously now do that as well.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
South Indian OTTs
Yeah. South
situation.
Indian OTT. And I feel like if it's on OTT, then it just is not bound by language. Then everyone's going to consume it. Like it doesn't matter if it's a show that's made here in South India. Because if it's on a Netflix, everyone's going to watch it. So it doesn't really like matter.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
And potentially a controversial question, I don't know, but like Bollywood is probably the biggest industry in India. But oftentimes I hear a lot of people say that the Malayalam film industry is probably the best. What is like just your opinion in terms of like film industry?
I agree in bold.
Why do you think there's such a stark
One,
opinion?
because
Sorry.
I'll tell you why. One, because I'm a proud Malayali. So anything the Malayali
Me
film
too.
industry puts out there, I vouch for it. I'm like, this is my industry, this is where I belong. And support very naturally comes. Number one. Two, I feel like our stories are real. There is a sense of relatability to any movie you watch,
So
which
true.
makes it feel like you're one among them. We're a very small industry, which means that we work as a family. It's very collaborative, unlike most industries, which is very encouraging. As a technician or as an actor, I feel like it's great. And I feel like
That's so
this
sweet.
is our time.
Yeah.
And if there is anything that you want to do, this is your time to do now in the Malayalam film industry, because all eyes are here. Because the minute a film comes out, everyone across the globe wants to know what the Malayalam film industry is coming up with next. Because we are so rooted in our stories. I feel like that's why we work.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't go behind numbers actually. Numbers just happen. So we're not working backwards.
So what would it take for the Malayalam film industry to be more successful than the Indian film industry? Again, it depends on how you define success, yes, but like, sorry, not Indian, than Bollywood. Like,
what are we doing as in?
like, how would someone say that the Malayalam film industry is doing a lot better than Bollywood?
aren't we already doing
We're
that?
already-
We
we are-
are. I definitely feel like, because now work is coming from the people from the Hindi film industry want to work here.
in Kerala.
Yeah, in Kerala, so collaborations are happening. There are people, we are collaborating with people there, people from there are collaborating with us. So I feel like we're already there, like, and I think we know it also. So it's not something that's new.
But like budgets are always way more. The reach of the movie is way more in a Bollywood movie than a Malayalam movie, right? Like,
correct.
like when does that flip happen? When does the Malayalam industry overtake in terms of reach and budgets and whatnot? Or do you think the fact that we have less of a budget is actually what's helping us?
No, I feel like it's our stories that are helping us, Rohan. I feel like the story is good, it'll travel. It'll travel to any part of the world. So, and thereby, the money will come in. We're not chasing the numbers initially. We're chasing a good story. And if it's a good story, the money and the numbers will follow. So we're not casting like big faces, or like we're not looking at a box office hit, nothing. Like we will have regular actors and then make a good story. And then, because any of the movies that you see that came out in the recent past, I don't think they've released the film with an intention of making this a pan-Indian film. It just traveled. So, of course, yes, if you compare Bollywood, our budgets are really small. Our technicians are paid very well. And
That's
I feel
good.
like it takes a great technical team to make a good film.
So true.
I think some of the best DOPs are from our industries. And I feel like once you have a good film, then work will come from anywhere, and then you tell what your paycheck should look like. Then you quote, but you have to prove your worth somewhere, and I feel like that's your place. Like, yeah.
Amazing. Then, how's life otherwise?
Life is good. Life is
Happening?
happening.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What updates do you have for us?
Don't ask me this question.
Okay. You
So
don't
many
have any
nice
updates.
updates are there.
Okay. When did you fall in love with coffee? Actually, no. Before that, I want to ask you: do you consider yourself a celebrity?
Can you define celebrity?
That's what I want you to define for me. I mean, you know celebrities. You were once.
Okay, is a celebrity someone who gets papped?
I don't know.
I don't know
how
because
I don't know how to define it.
Celebrity. She's a celebrity. I've heard a lot of people say that to me. Okay, I don't think I'm a celebrity.
Awesome. I love that.
I don't get that treatment at home, so I'm
At home.
definitely...
So I don't think the celebrities that get treatment at home differently.
Some may.
Some may, but like... So...
On a set, I'm not treated like a celebrity, but I'm treated well.
Yeah. I think you should be treated well. I think you should be treated well even now.
Yeah, and that's why I got my coffee.
You're most welcome.
Yeah.
Not because you're a celebrity. Because you should be treated well.
Yeah, because I'm human and I have my
Yes.
cravings. Yeah. No, Ron, I don't think so.
Okay. But other people have used that word.
Have used that word, yeah.
And how do you feel about it?
I get awkward.
You get awkward.
I get very awkward, and I don't like that attention, actually.
Why? Like, what's the negative notion with the word celebrity?
Because I feel like when we're in a room, I'm the only one that gets attention. But I feel like there are people that work equally hard, are equally accomplished. Why am I getting the only... I'm the only one getting enough attention.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it's right for people. I get awkward. Like when someone takes... Like when we're in a room and only I'm introduced, I'm like, but this is my sister. This is what she does. She's equally successful. So...
That's beautiful.
Don't just... And I feel like I'm making everyone else awkward around me. But why are we only giving an actor the attention?
Why do you think so?
Because I feel like they're someone who are not attainable. Like they're like at an arm's distance. Thereby, they get that attention. But I feel like it's not that. So when I want to talk about it, I'll talk about it. But if you like put me in a room and just talk about me, then I get awkward. Because then I'm like...
Yeah. Tough. And like fame, what is your relationship with fame? Do you think you're famous?
Sometimes when people recognize me, I think I am. And that makes me feel good because I feel like work is being...
accomplished.
Yeah, and being noticed. Yeah. And there are days I don't, and I love that also.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I can just walk and do whatever I want and no one will know.
True. Do you think, again, the same question, do you think you're famous?
I said no. Sometimes I feel like,
Sometimes.
yeah, when
Only
people
based on...
recognize me,
Okay.
I think I am. But otherwise, no. So which is most times.
And was... were you ever aspiring to become a celebrity or a famous person?
No.
No.
I told you, like, my definition of everything changed. If my first film did well, I would have been a completely different person. I'm pretty sure I would have been a snob. I'm pretty sure
Lot
I would
more.
have been a very arrogant person.
more
I would have
arrogant,
been a
yeah.
very, very different person. And I'm glad that didn't happen.
Got humbled.
Very humbled.
Yeah.
So humbled that I'm like, this is where I want to be. Enough money. Because I know what I was hearing, what I was being told, what I wanted to do. I wanted everything to be fancy. But when that didn't happen, I was like, no, you don't want to be running that. You don't want to be chasing something that needs to give you validation every day at every minute of your life. It's a lot of work. Like if you're like when I'm with famous people, I know the pressure they go through. And I feel like this is good. Days when people recognize me, days when people don't recognize me, because I'm living the best of both. So someone said, I was in that movie. It's a very famous movie, recent Malayalam movie, but nobody recognized me. And I said, is that your validation of being an actor? And I said, please don't do that. Because, okay, number one, genuinely people may know who you are, but just don't recognize you in person. What you look on screen may not be what you look like in real life. So that shouldn't be a validation, because you cannot be expecting, like when you walk on the road, people will be like, oh, hi. Like if you walk on with that expectation, then you're asking for trouble.
Dangerous.
It's dangerous.
Yeah, I think like after a certain point, you're no longer considered a normal human being. Like that's a different level.
Yeah.
And that is scary.
That's
for me,
scary.
I don't ever want that.
Yeah,
I
scary.
don't want that. I never want that for people around me also, because like I know how much... The thing is, you can't go back. It's impossible. Yeah, that permanency is very scary, which I...
And even if you're doing this in disguise, and do you want to live a life like that?
Yes, yeah. But you're known as an actor, so you can take it. I mean, but like it's such a weird conundrum that I just don't enjoy at all.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like you don't have control over this either. So if you shoot to fame, then you shoot to fame.
Yeah.
If you don't, then you enjoy where you are.
But I mean, I don't know if I want to, but like if there's a possibility to redefine the word fame, but then again you can't really redefine the word fame and have it normal, right? It's like a contrast. And
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I just wish we could like redefine fame, and then whoever gets famous, but they can
I
also...
feel like, Rohann, can I tell you something?
Tell me.
We live in a time and age where very soon everyone's going to be equally famous.
That's exactly. Actually, yes, that's a very good point.
Yeah.
Because the amount of creators and the amount of faces we see every single day on our phones.
Yeah.
That's such a good point.
Today, even a chef is considered a celebrity.
Yeah.
People want a photo with the chef, not just an actor. Tomorrow, a fitness trainer wants to be papped, and I want to go take a photo with the fitness trainer. Why? Because they're the best at what they do in their field, and I look up to them, and thereby he's my celebrity. So it's not just actors. In fact, actors will not even be in the race. Like there are so many people there.
Yeah, so true.
Even models also. Like everyone. Like you can be a doctor and be a celebrity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So interesting how... I think it's changed over the past 10 years only, no?
Yeah. And I'm glad it is, because everyone
deserves
it.
Yeah.
Not just actors. Everyone deserves to be a celebrity.
Nice. So good. You mentioned that you started a business recently. What did you start? I didn't know about this. Are you allowed to reveal it?
I'm allowed to. And I actually...
Or reveal it off camera, maybe.
Yeah, but it's something into hospitality.
Oh, sweet.
Rohann, I have 2 other businesses.
Tell me.
Okay.
But you can't tell me about it yet.
Yeah, I can't tell you about it yet. But 2 very exciting fields.
Nice. And when can we expect this?
One, you will just never know because it's happening as we talk.
Oh,
And I want that to be something
Anonymous.
anonymous. And the
Sweet.
other thing, I feel like I'm very excited about it. And I feel like when it's ready,
Ah,
I want to say it, because otherwise it's just me saying it but not executing it. So maybe that'll
that's
take time
and that's also you sticking to your principle of not getting emotionally attached to something before it happens.
Yeah. But this
Amazing.
might just be my little baby. So yeah.
I respect that. I
Yeah,
respect
yeah.
that. And is it like a 5-year, 10-year situation? Or don't know. Whatever, whenever it happens.
I wanted to do it ASAP, Ron.
Okay.
Like, I don't want to wait. 5-year,
Nice.
10-year plan and all. I
Too much,
don't
yeah?
think too
You
far
can't.
ahead. Yeah.
Nice. Let's talk
Nice.
about something lighter.
Like,
Okay, do you have any questions?
do you?
Why not?
Okay, let's switch roles now. On your low days, what do you do?
On my low days, what do I do? Amazing question. I'll put the question back to you as well after this. But on my low days, I think the number one thing I try and do is get out and try and meet someone. Whether it's a group of friends, whether it's my boys, whether it's a one-on-one coffee with someone, I need community. Because I know that on my lowest days, staying idle is the worst thing I can do. Like in the Bible tells us that an idle mind is a devil's workshop. And so like I try my best to make a plan. And so that's what I do. And if that doesn't happen, I definitely go to the gym, because that automatically releases oxytocin and all your chemicals that make you feel a lot better. So that happens. An ideal world would be me doing both of those things.
So on your happiest days, what do you do?
Love this question. On my happiest days, I try and do as many things as I want.
Is it similar to your sad days?
Which is very, possibly true. Like obviously, because on your sad days, you're trying to get yourself to be happier. And so you try and make a plan or try and do something. But on happy days, it just happens organically. I guess on my happiest days, I don't have to like sit and call people, and it just happens organically, or people show up or whatever. But yeah, I think it has to do a lot with people and community and stuff like that. So
Okay. But does that make you a very dependent person?
I think we're all dependent as human beings. I think we were never designed to be alone. Like when God made us, He always provided someone next to each other. So I think it's so important that I think community is one of the most important things in my life.
Community guy.
You know me, right? Yeah. Does that suffice the answer?
Whenever I open an account, if I want to like stalk someone or find someone, the only mutual friend I'll have in Bangalore is Rohann. Really, every single person you're friends with.
Nah. Well, who is the celebrity is the question in this.
That's true.
Just kidding. Yeah. What do you do on your low days?
On my low days, I cry a lot.
That's important.
My mother, my sister, and my father will hear all my problems, and they will very patiently listen to me.
So sweet.
And of course, my partner as well.
Oh.
He's an amazing listener as well.
Oh.
And so I journal a lot. And then my mom is my remedy. Like she will come up with a solution. She will make sure I'm feeling my best. And Ria's the one that's like, just shut up. Like, like stop acting like a child. But I feel like I need to hear all versions
both sides
of
it, yeah.
And that. And journal.
You mentioned, yeah.
Journal. I said that? Okay.
Yeah. I think on my lowest days, I'm probably not journaling. Sometimes I do journal as well. But I think when I am when things are not going my way and I want to vent, like I love songwriting. It's a form of journaling itself. But like, at least the songs that came out are from those moments of not knowing what to say, how to say it, and not having your way, but not just putting it into a melody, which is so beautiful, I feel. I feel like it's so therapeutic. Like there's so much healing that's happened from songwriting for me, at least.
Yeah.
So that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just sometimes time by yourself, like whatever that may be, shopping, watching a movie.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like sometimes just venting to a friend or whoever, whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just call my friend. Sandeep is that person for me. I just start crying and he'll be like, okay. He's like, okay, I know something's wrong. But he will never ask me what the problem is. Neither will I say. I just want someone to hear me. And that's it. And that's how I deal with my low days.
And your happy days?
Happy days will be going to a cafe, meeting my friends. My happiest days are when love is just spread. Everyone gets love.
Mm.
So, and you can just tell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Nice, man. That's again dependent on things and
Very,
people.
yeah, on family a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. On family, too dependent.
Too dependent. Nice. Then?
Oh,
else?
then?
Yeah.
What with chit-chatting?
We're chit-chatting. We're chit-chatting.
I have to ask you a question.
You don't have to.
Then I have to
like-
keep quiet for some time.
I mean, if you have anything. How's the past 90, not 90 minutes, 45 plus 15, 60 minutes been for you?
This feels like
Normal.
any other conversation, just a mic and a... No. As in like I would have had with you.
Oh, okay, fine. I thought
Like,
you were like...
No,
just like-
no, not like
Sorry,
that. Like
sorry.
I'm just like... There's lights and equipment, that's the only difference.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I feel like it's...
Oh, dude, that's a compliment. I appreciate
Yeah.
it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so that's what I meant.
That's a good thing, I think.
Yeah, it's a
I'm
good thing.
glad.
Yeah.
I think normally we would have... I don't think we've gone into this detail of like a very question answer thing and give me your perspective, give me your opinion kind of a conversation. Because I think we're just catching up about what's happening in like this past few months or past few weeks whenever we hang out or whatever. But it's interesting. Yeah. Normally we'd be at a cafe having a coffee or a hot chocolate and sitting and talking about
But then
life.
this is also what we talk about. It's not like this is nothing that we
Yeah.
haven't touched upon.
Nice. Tell me your favorite memory, or tell me your worst memory, or your best memory. Any of the three.
There are so many.
When you think about our friendship in the past 17 years.
Oh, within this. Okay, within this. Okay.
Bracket.
Best memory would be... There are so many. Would have been when I came to Bishop Cotton Boys School and ran. That track was something.
That track was something.
That track was something. I was on a
Such
different track
babies.
as well.
Jokes.
Jokes.
Nice.
That was one very fond memory. Church, of course, VBS, Last
Yeah.
Days, Love Feast. All of
Oh,
those
yeah.
were very, very
Special.
special. Meeting at Zinzi and Sweet Chariot. It's a whole other...
Conversation.
Yeah, airlines is a very beautiful memory. Yeah, these are the good memories. And the worst memory... I don't even want to recall the worst memory.
But you can think about it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Of course.
really?
Of course. What are you saying? Who do you think you are, man? Walking so clean.
I'm definitely not clean for sure, but yeah.
There is.
There is. That we shouldn't
that we leave it.
leave it out.
Yeah.
But it's part of any friendship, I think. It's part of...
Yeah.
Right?
Some of my closest friendships are from all of this only.
All of this.
Yeah. Like
Means
drama.
Drama.
Yeah.
But that's... like your closest friends, I think you can only be hurt by your closest friends. I don't think you can be hurt by distant people.
Yeah.
Like...
True.
The nastiest scars are from like the people you've let the closest to. But I hope I'm not left some nasty scars.
No.
Dealable.
I feel like that. Like I said, like all of these things only make you thick-skinned.
Thicker.
Thicker.
Nice, dude. Okay, let's wrap up, I guess. Is that
Yeah,
okay?
let's wrap up. What are you saying?
Maybe another episode we'll chit-chat about other things.
Oh, you're calling me back again.
If you are willing to and you make some time
So
for
this
me.
is the third episode. So how many episodes are we having?
I don't know. I'm going to try and do at least 10 before I leave.
Oh, yes, you're leaving.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah. How do you feel about that?
Actually, it's been very difficult. This time coming back, dude, for the past 45 days, Bangalore has been pristine. The weather has been... I'm wearing a hoodie in Bangalore. This is just unreal.
The only reason why one needs to stay in Bangalore, this is the only reason.
This is so good. I hate the traffic. Like, it just gotten worse.
Yeah,
and the road rage just is unreal. Like, I get anxiety when I drive.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And, I've just been super pampered with the food and, like, being taken care of at home and having everything sorted at home. So it's going to be super difficult leaving home this time. think last year I was a bit more ready to
Excited,
leave,
yeah.
and I was kind of saturated with the whole like just life in
Yeah.
Bangalore. But now I'm just like, oh my god, this is too convenient. It's too comfortable. But hopefully it'll change, and like my mindset or my heart posture will change in a month before I leave. So I don't know. We'll see. But
Gotta do it.
I'm definitely overthinking and thinking twice going back. But
Really?
it's like a thought. I'm not going to do it. But I'm just like, oh man, do I really have to go back? This is hard. I just want to stay in this comfort
But once
zone.
you get there, then you're used to that you're not really thinking about home, right?
I don't know.
Oh, you
Like
don't
I feel like I'm like last year I wasn't homesick. Like I missed things, but I wasn't homesick at all the whole of last year. But I think this year,
It
especially
will
after this little
hit.
taste, that's gonna hit crazy. Hit like crazy, yeah.
Okay, so we can like have episodes from the US as well. Then we'll have,
How?
because you can like have the talk show with anybody there.
Oh yeah, I mean, I not with you.
Not with me,
Yeah,
Rohann.
yeah. That's a plan.
I can't come into the episode so quickly also. After third, maybe the 300th episode I can come
Are
back.
you distancing yourself from?
No, because then...
Repetition is.
Yeah, no, there has to be some sort of mystery to me,
Yeah,
man.
but I think maybe next year when I come back. Maybe not 300.
No, next year's also too soon.
Shut up. You'll have some life updates by then, so we will maybe chat about that. And
Yeah.
I think it'll be less formal. I think we finished the formal conversation once and for all, and then
There is never formal here, by the way.
good. And that was what I wanted to hear from you.
Yeah.
But yeah, but this is a little bit more formal, I would say.
Yeah, this will know more like a get up and all of that.
Get up. Nice,
Yeah.
dude. Okay. Thank you for making time.
Okay.
Thank you for making time. I know from your busy schedule, you've been all over the place.
Done.
But
This
I
is the point where it
expect
gets
the
a-
least from you.
You expect
I expect
the least
the least
I
is
could
to
do.
show up is
Yes.
to show up and help a
Yeah,
friend.
I'm a good friend.
You're a good friend. You're a good friend. And I think you've been a very important character on the few vlogs that I did over the past 5 years, and I think people have always enjoyed watching you.
That's true. Maybe I should just start vlogging.
No, you can
No?
only
You
be.
told me I should start vlogging.
I told
okay?
you should, but then you should only be you should
I can only
feature
feature
on my vlogs because I tell your story well. I think so. I don't know.
Fine.
I bring out the Rachel David character in you.
I'm a character.
That's what I said.
Nonetheless.
But like, you need to see it more often, I think. So
Yeah.
hold on to it. All right,
All right.
let's call it. Has your coffee gotten cold?
It has actually, yeah.
Okay. On that note, we will end. Thank you, Rach.
See you.
Thank you for. Oh, good. Thank you for making time. And ladies and gentlemen, Rachel David one last time. Clap this out.
And Rohann George Mathew.
Thank you so much. See you guys in the next episode for another Front Row Conversation.
Bye.
Okay,
Toodles.
Toodles. Cut. Audio rolling. Clap.
It won't be, man.